It's Quinn and Cantera, Pix 106.
And pinch hitting for our regular attorney, Paul Harding. It is Chaz Farcher from Martin Harding and Mazzotti. Happy Valentine's Day, pal.
Same to you guys.
You a romantic, Chaz?
I'm married, so no.
Oh,
See? That's what I'm trying to tell him.
oh that's just too bad.
Chaz, do you do anything?
Yeah, of course I do.
No,
You know, my wife and I
Valentine's
have a 1-year-old, so it's gotten tougher in the last year or two, but yes.
You know what I learned about Mother's Day? Because
What?
I missed Chaz. And maybe you know this because you're clearly smarter than I am. But for the first 2 years of my daughter's life,
Yeah.
I didn't get a Mother's Day card from my daughter
From your daughter to give to the
to
mother.
give to her. And my wife,
Oh yeah, you know why?
She had to
Because
pull
you're
me
not.
aside.
You weren't born with that.
she had to pull me aside and say, "I'd really like a Mother's Day
The
card."
ladies
from
are born with that.
Chaz, have you done that?
Absolutely. I certainly did not fall into that trap. You're right. I'm much smarter than that.
All right, but you do stuff for Valentine's Day. So what are you gonna do?
It's usually something low-key, probably just dinner or, if it's dinner in, it's maybe I cook something for her. But you got to do something.
Yeah, right.
You got to keep things civil.
Candles, that kind of thing.
Yeah, like I said, I'm married. I'm not that much of a romantic anymore.
What kind of music? You gonna dim the lights, put some
Oh,
music
he's
on.
Dean Martin.
Usually
all the
what
way.
I do is I replay the Pix 106 podcast from the morning. And set
That's
the mood.
right.
You're a good
That's
man.
right.
Chaz, let's talk about this because it's funny. Setting this up and coming to terms of what we're going to talk about this morning is what I was doing last night. I spend all this extra time after work sending emails to and from people for work.
Yeah.
And now I'm realizing I think I should get paid for that. Isn't that
We laugh at that because it's ridiculous. They're never gonna get money for that.
That's the crux of this lawsuit we're going to talk about, right?
That's correct. There's a lawsuit out in Chicago with the Chicago Police Department. The officers believe they should be paid for overtime spent responding to emails and phone calls on their PDAs.
Yeah, I mean, if you could document this exactly and show how much time you're spending, that would make sense to me. But especially in an economy that's struggling, you got to do everything you can to make this work. Are they going to have a chance in hell at winning this?
The law that's at issue is this Fair Standards and Labor Act, and it's the law that sets the minimum wage and requires employers to pay overtime if you work more than 40 hours. The issue is, for most people, there are a lot of exemptions. Salaried employees, high-level management professionals. So no matter how many times I call on you guys, I never get paid an extra dime for the pleasure of speaking with you.
And you guys are well known for documenting the time spent doing anything for business.
That's correct.
Yes.
But with the police officers, they don't fall into one of those exemptions. So those issues are not the problem. The real issue is, you're right, can you figure out how much time was actually spent responding to emails? Is it more than just the minimus 2-second responses? And when they were given these PDAs, they were also allowed to use them somewhat for personal use. So how much of it's personal, how much of it's work-related? So they do have the recent decision was that the case can go forward because they've got that minimum showing. But I think it's a tough case going forward.
So if let's say that they win, okay, let's just move fast. Does that open the door for everybody?
Well, sure. I mean, I think it certainly, here's the issue, is that the employers are required to have a process whereby these cops can apply for the overtime that they believe they work, and the police department actually does have that process. The thing is, in this particular case, the argument is that the police officers also are aware of an unwritten policy whereby they're discouraged to apply for that overtime. So that may separate this case a lot from a lot of other employers.
And it's a lot different when you work for a municipality or something like that than it is when you're working in a regular sales job or something, isn't it? I mean, you can't.
Yeah, well, I think that's, here you're talking about the special narcotics officers and things like that, guys who are expected to respond to emails. You're not talking about
All right.
the guys selling computers at Staples whose managers probably send them an email 2 in the morning.
Why don't they have something that they can embed right in the side of your neck, and whenever that vein starts to pop out a little bit, when you get that I'm working vein, it just starts a timer and it starts to send it right to the corporate office, and they send you a check for it.
You'd have all kinds of other legal implications, and then I'm sure your wife would get a hold of that tracking device, and you'd never get away.
That's true.
It's Chaz Farcher from Martin Harding and Mazzotti, 1-800-LAW-1010.com or 1-800-LAW-1010. I have some numbers I'm wondering if you do. I read that we do, on average, those with our PDAs, or
Right.
that we do about 4 extra hours a week at home, after we leave the office. Do you have any numbers, Chaz?
I don't, but, I wouldn't doubt it. Depending upon what type of job it is, you got, obviously it's case specific, but no doubt in my mind.
Well, I think Look, I'm just happy to be working.
Well,
frankly,
and I get that, but that's
Yeah.
part of the problem in this economy.
Right.
It's like, I'm not going to go ask for more money, even though I'm busting ass, because I'm just thankful to have a
Right.
job. It's like, we've got to have some confidence in what we do.
Well, yeah.
And step up to the plate.
That
and
takes
say,
time, though. I think, right?
The other thing
Well,
is
I'm happy to get the petition started and lobby for you guys. I think
Oh.
you deserve it.
Oh,
Thanks,
thank you. You're
thanks,
too kind. Listen, man, you made the state of the studio address on Martin Harding Mazzotti yesterday. Swing over to the webpage and check out the podcast of it. It's an honor, quite frankly.
it's an annual event, Chaz.
Annual
We
event.
do it every year.
And,
Yeah, absolutely. Sounds great. Sounds great.
Jesus, yeah, sounds wonderful.
I want you to fake more enthusiasm for your Valentine's Day dinner tonight than you did right there, okay?
Like I said, man, I'm going to fire up the Pix 106 podcast. Maybe I'll get a candle or two just for you guys, set the mood, and go from there.
Attaboy. Make it happen, brother.
Have a great holiday, pal.
You too, guys. Good talking to you.
All right.
There he goes.
Chaz Farcher from Martin Harding and Mazzotti.
1-800-LAW-1010. It's Quinn and Cantera.
Pix 106.